As an anime fan and person who watches shows, I've been handed the prestigious honor of talking about Neo Yokio. The show is created by Ezra Koenig of the band Vampire Weekend and includes a star-studded voice acting cast. So, what could possibly go wrong? Well, everything. So here's everything wrong with Neo Yokio. Number 6, Jaden Smith. When I first started watching Neo Yokio, I'd heard that Jaden Smith was involved, but wasn't sure how. Being that I've never actually seen a Jaden Smith movie, I went in pretty open-minded and willing to give him a chance. But the moment Kaz Kaan starts talking, the voice acting was so bad I immediately hopped onto IMDb to see who it was, only to discover it was Jaden Smith. Which wouldn't be such a big deal if he wasn't the main character. His voice acting is flat and unemotive throughout the entirety of the show, but he's not the only one. Number 5, name brand recognition. While I complain about Jaden Smith, he isn't the only voice acting issue within the series. It's pretty clear by looking at IMDb that instead of casting voice actors for voice acting roles, the cast was instead composed of name recognition actors and musicians, such as Jude Law or Jason Schwartzman, who's completely miscast as Kaz Kaan's rival, Arcangelo.
Oh, look! It's Neo Yokio's second most eligible bachelor.
I'm not sure if it's the directing or genuinely just awful voice acting, because almost all of it is bad. And while I can't confirm this, I do question if these actors were also paid more simply for their name recognition. And if that was the case, the money would have been much better spent on Number 4, animation. This one I'm willing to forgive a little more as it's likely a budgetary thing, but it's still worth pointing out. The animation is incredibly stiff in every single aspect. And while it's possible it was meant to parody low-budget anime with mouth flaps, being that the entire show is this, the show becomes this. Anytime characters move, it looks like something I could have made in Adobe Premiere or Final Cut Pro, and that's not a compliment. But there is one thing that can typically make up for a low budget. Number 3, the direction. I've seen low-budget anime where a great director can manage to squeeze everything out of what budget and shots they have. This is not that. Furthermore, similar to the voice acting, the character animation doesn't seem to emote at all when it's supposed to, and part of me wonders if the horrible voice acting was in part due to the direction. Either way, it completely falls on its face, especially when it comes to Number 2, comedic timing. Even though there managed to be a few decent jokes written in, a lot of them don't hit properly. And it's not the writer's fault, it's a matter of pacing and direction. As everyone knows, comedy is about timing. Something Neo Yokio seems to have just about no grasp of, but all of it could be more forgivable if the most important aspect of any show was on point. Number 1, the writing. Get ready for some classic lines, such as...
Number 2?
2 is a rather prestigious number.
2 is the loneliest number, Charles. Especially when you're second to a jackass.
Okay, I'm not the wisest guy in the world, but the saying goes, 1 is the loneliest number. 2 is the loneliest doesn't even make sense. And if that was supposed to be the joke, it doesn't come across at all, which is the case with the entirety of the show. Kaz Kaan, the protagonist, is one of the most unlikable protagonists I've seen in a show, and it's not just due to his bad voice acting. He's a snobbish, whiny rich kid with just about 0 redeeming qualities. This isn't to say you can't do rich kids. I've seen plenty of anime do it well. And while the show is likely meant to be a parody of the upper class, which Kaz is a part of, you're still forced to watch him be insufferable the entirety of the show. I've read reviews about how this is supposed to be a parody of anime, but this never comes across. It certainly references anime at certain points, such as Ranma and a Half in episode 4. However, it doesn't parody Ranma and a Half. It doesn't make a joke about it, it's just there as a thing that happens. The horrible animation, voice acting, and whiny protagonist could have been meant to parody anime, but it never comes across as a parody, just what the show is. So there you have it, everything wrong with Neo Yokio. Have you seen the show, and what were your thoughts? Did I miss any glaring flaws? Let us know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.